Hey everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Well, I am back with another book review, which will be Bardi Toto's The Power of Asking. Now, the reason why I have a copy of the book cover on a piece of paper is because this book isn't released yet. I actually had the great honor of getting the manuscript through my email from the wonderful and talented Bardi Toto, and I just think, just like her other self-help book, Thinking Upside Down, a Living Right Side Up, I think she once again does a masterful job at basically telling us, not to live in a small world, but to step outside of our comfort zone and enter into the world of these of these things that, like, as we see them as challenges. And you know what? This book really helped me with my own personal struggles. One of which is something I'm sure all of you have seen in me whenever I try to do a decent book review. My speech impediment always gets in the way, and you know what? To be perfectly honest, all the other book reviews that I have done, and including this one, I had to begin and pause and stop and I had to keep on trying, because my speech impediment would always mess things up for me, and I would just get so upset. But now, of course, I did get speech therapy in school, and it just, sometimes it would help and sometimes it wouldn't. And as I said in the other book review of Thinking Upside Down, a Living Right Side Up, I never ever read any other self-help books, and then of course when I came across Bardi Toto, I was like, oh, okay. So then I read hers, and it did help me a little bit, but this book really helped me because it just reminded me of my own, as I said before, of my own personal struggles, and with my speech problem. Now, I'm sure that all of you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, that's not so bad, when in fact it actually is, because when I'm sure that when I speak to people for the first time with my speech problem at its worst, people see you as a different type of a person, someone that you're not, and that can be a huge turn off. And you know what? I can't blame them, because in this world, first impressions are everything. And and I've always wondered why I have this. And now, of course, medical doctors say, well, it's because your brain works faster than your mouth. Well, but here's the thing: how can you prevent that from happening? And to be perfectly honest, there really is no other answer, or there really is no other solution other than to just try to speak slow. And I have been, but it still doesn't work. But some of the things that have actually helped is by getting a lot of good advice. And now, of course, I do get good advice from my parents. However, this book, The Power of Asking, really helped me, because not just because it reminded me of what I was thinking, but I just never got around to it, to try to better myself into my personal struggle. But it also made me realize that I am in charge. I am the boss, and it also, the and the t- and the title of the book, The Power of Asking, meaning that it's not just where the power of asking a question. Well, that is a little bit of it, but it also, she like kind of shows you that you need to to come out into the external part of the world, even though that there are many struggles and challenges around you in that external world. You can still face them. And with the power of you know asking a question is like you are going into the, that's one way of getting into the external, that into the outer part of your comfort zone, because you're asking a question. You are inviting yourself into the world. Now, I know that sounds a little cheesy, but once you read the book, when it's released, you will understand. So now, as I did in the other book review of of Bardi Toto, here are some of the here I have them right here on the side of the screen. I have actually I have all of the chapter names. Section 1. Now that's the life I want. And here are the different chapters here. And here's chapter 1. Why changing your thinking will change your life. Here's my favorite one of section 1. Getting out of your own way, meaning that I would say is that your bad side is getting in the way of your good side. Chapter 3, fears, emotions, positive or negative. The power of asking versus not asking at all, meaning that you have to make some effort, but if you make no effort at all, being unstoppable in 4 easy ways, and you'll know them when you read the book. Exceptions breed resentments. And now moving on to section 2, which is called Change is Inevitable. Suffering is optional, meaning you must change because life is full of changes. However, suffering, well, life really shouldn't be full of suffering, but if you choose to, okay. And here are the different sections of section 2. Action rules just get started. How to achieve powerful, successful thinking. Elephant thinking, interesting. And focused, successful thinking. And now moving on to section 3. Excuses are well-planned lies. And they are. Now I'm sure all of you knew that excuses were well-planned lies, but did you really? You probably thought of them in the back of your head. Now, and here are the different sections of that section. Upside down thinking, realistic thinking, the way you live is how you lead, very true. Thinking what is possible, popular thinking versus unpopular, unselfish thinking is the key, and 12 secret motivational tools, and you'll love them. And the very last section, Shake Off Your Chains, and the different sections of Section 4. Key to the POA. Begin the process. Testing your dream. 5-step program for leaders. Power of asking questions to ask your wife, then your husband. Questions that will radically change your marriage. Power of asking questions to ask your boss, and then your child. And last but not least, ending with a great motivational person, is Oprah. Oprah's power is the power of asking. An interesting way to end, but I actually liked it. Now, I know you're all probably wondering, so how did this help you with your own speech impediment? Well, when I saw the title, that alone actually helped me, because it kind of I know I'm gonna sound a little cheesy when I say this, but when I saw the word power and asking, it really kind of showed me or reminded me that I was in charge of this problem that I have. And then, of course, when I got to reading everything, it really helped me, because it showed that I had the power in me all along, and I didn't even realize. And the only problem was that I just wasn't taking taking advantage of the power that I had to completely change it. Now, of course, I'm still going to have my speech problem, and as I am doing this review, you can see that I still have it. And, it's still not at its best, but I'm not going to be sitting in a corner and crying about it like how I used to. I'm going to try to make an effort, and I would really like to thank Bardi Toto, not just for emailing me this book, but for writing it. And, I hope this becomes a success, because I think everybody even if you're not having a problem, just read it, because you will get some wonderful inspirational info, and I hope you can all put it to your best use, like how I did. So, as I said before, this book is not available right now, but if you follow Bardi Toto on the Twitter or Facebook, I'm sure that I'm sure that she will give you the information on when the release date will be released. And I hope you guys all and I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.